Okay, what's good, everybody? We ended up taking two losses today, and I'll show you here. So we took on one account or one group, $174 per account, and then on the other group we took a loss for $194, $196, blah blah blah, per account. Um, Overall month we ended at around 6.5k, which is a winning month. But again, hurts to end the month like this on two losing days. We didn't trade yesterday, and then we ended up taking a loss today. When today really shouldn't have been a trading day at all either. Just how price action was, and we'll go over that. So I took two trades on ES today. Um, Something I really want to go over is we'll go to market open, right? Is if we look at the higher time frame, I was so stuck on taking out these New York session lows, these weekly lows, blah blah blah, and thinking we were going to continue just moving down because again we moved down pretty quickly yesterday. But again, something I didn't keep in mind. If we look at the hourly time frame, we were so bearish and we didn't even have a retrace yet. We haven't even formed a new lower high, nothing like that. We dumped 300 points um, from London session, right? And I don't know why. Again, shit happens, right? This is why we have our rules when we take losses like this. Made a mistake today. Um, Part of it. I liked my first trade. Second trade was a little bit just too focused on trying to get a winning trade. But it is what it is, right? So regardless, let's go into the day. Coming into today, I was bearish, right? I wanted to see a retrace on market open, which we ended up getting, so we could see. First trade we took around, I think it was around like 940, 45 ish, something like that. But we had this 15-minute bearish fair value gap above. I wanted to see price manipulate higher into this 15-minute fair value gap, taking out this 15-minute high, and then come down and target these New York session lows down here, correct? So price ends up retracing into this 15-minute fair value gap on market open, right? We see that price ends up doing that. We'll come over here to the 1 minute on on NASDAQ. We can see price comes up, market open. We trade into it up here. We end up forming a 1 minute SMT, right? So here's that 15-minute high right here. We form a 1 minute SMT. So from ES formed a high and a lower high. So we have a 1 minute SMT here. We'll put the SMT. And then on NASDAQ, we formed a high and a higher high, right? Bang. 1 minute SMT. Boom. I wanted to enter on ES because it was the leading index to the downside. I wanted to target these New York session lows, correct? So we end up forming a 1 minute SMT. We have this 1 minute bullish fair value gap right here that we could see. Mark this out. 1 minute. I don't know why I don't have this on replay mode. Hold on. We'll replay back this right here. We form that 1 minute SMT. I see we formed this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, which we'll mark right here. Right, from that 1 minute bullish fair value gap, I wanted to see that get inversed and us to continue to the downside, right? So we can see price comes down, we end up inversing this candle, we retest it, bang, we get an inverse. This was my entry. Stop was above this candle's high where the S&T is, because again, if we invalidate that, we're probably going to continue higher, which ended up happening, right? And then I had my break even at this most recent low. This was my break even right here. So as you can see, the price ended up coming down. I really thought we were going to continue lower. We end up coming up, stopping me out, and then a move ends up happening. I wish it happened before because we would have went break even, but again, it didn't happen. We got stopped out, price came down, and ended up retracing back up, and it's just been slow chop all day, right? That was a losing trade, okay? Coming into the rest of the day, right? NASDAQ comes up into this hourly bearish fair value gap that we have here, this first presented hourly fair value gap. I'm looking at ES. We end up forming, let's mark this out, an hourly fair value gap here, right? I'm going to X this out too. There's an hourly bearish fair value gap on ES. We end up forming this hourly bearish, right? So I'm going to skip forward to this. This is around, let's go to the 5 minute time frame here. All right, we come into this hourly fair value gap around 10:45. So let's go to 10:45. 10:45, 10:45, boom, 10:45. Okay? What do we end up doing? Right? We come into this hourly fair value gap above, which ES also had, right? Again, ES didn't trade into it yet. It's the first presented fair value gap up here, but I thought we were going to respect this hourly where we were. Okay? So, excuse me. Wow. How you doing? What I looked for, right? If we scale onto the 5 minute time frame, NASDAQ ends up coming into this hourly fair value gap. We form a high and a higher high. Then what does ES do? So this is 10:45. This is 11:45. Hold on. We got to go to it. It's right here. Okay, boom, there it is. So 1040. This is 1040. Where's 1040? Where's 1040? I gotta skip forward to 1040. Where's 1040? Bang, there it is. Okay, 1040. So look, ES form. So at 1020, what am I looking for here? What am I looking for here? What did I see? High and a higher high, high and a higher high. Formed a high and a higher high. I don't know why. What am I looking for here? I entered off of this inverse. Might have made a mistake here. 1020. Okay, that was just a stupid trade. See, this is why we go back and do trade recaps. Maybe it's because we swept this 15-minute high. Because again, I did mark this out. We could go back and watch the trade live trade. But this was a 15-minute high. Let's mark this out. I'm pretty sure this is actually what I did. I don't think it was off of an SMT because we entered off of the inverse. So we have a 15-minute high right here. Bang. 15-minute. Bang. Right, we come up, we sweep that out. That's what it was. Okay, I take that back. It wasn't off of an SMT because we come up and sweep that at what? Around 11? Around 11. This is 1045. This is 1045. We created that high. So we swept out this 5. When did we create this? 1045, yeah. So this was just a stupid trade. This was just a stupid trade. And we're just chop. So I'm upset with this trade a little bit, but again, we came up. I ended up entering off of the 5-minute inverse fair value gap, which was right here. So if we put this 5-minute bullish, yes, right. We ended up inversing it. This was my entry, and then I did a small stop, nothing crazy. I think I did an 8-point stop, which was around like this candle's high right here. Yeah, my candle's it was that candle's high, and then price just fucking skyrocketed up. So yeah, and then we got stopped out. So regardless, that was a stupid trade. That last trade was dumb. I don't know why I took that trade. But again, I guess we swept out that 1010 high. Where's that at? 1010. Where's this at? We sweep this out. Sorry for the dog barking in the background. Yeah, that was a stupid trade on the second trade. But again, it is what it is. Mistake was made. Can't go back and fix anything about that. Not too proud with that second trade. I just took it off a 5-minute inverse for a value gap, which probably was a stupid trade. So it's all good. But regardless, we ended the month green. Here's my profits and everything like that, the loss that we took today. And that's pretty much it. So again, I'm just proud that I followed my rules today. We did take 2 losses. Second trade was not a good trade. I'll be honest with that. It was a stupid trade. I liked the first trade. But again, we stuck to our rules. We followed our plan and we ended the month green. But again, we could have prevented a loss today by not taking the second trade. But I took it. And yeah, that's all I could pretty much say. So again, green month, better than January. We'll get this trade recap posted up a little bit later. And then that's about it. Again, I'm just showing the truth and the transparency of my journey. And I'm going to keep doing that. That's pretty much it. And again, we'll see where we get in the next couple months. All right, guys. Peace out.